Hey there YouTube, this is PolarBear084 here, back again with another episode of A Bear's Guide to Hunting. First off, I'd like to welcome two newcomers to the subscriber list on my channel. Thank you very much, it's very kind of you, I greatly appreciate it. The fact that anyone likes my videos enough to subscribe is quite, nice to know. But anyway, today's quest. We're going against a gigantic crab again, Shogun Ceanataur, and this time I'm using the right equipment. I'm using my eager cleaver because the Ceanataur, unlike the Hermiataur that I fought in episode 7, I believe, unlike the Hermiataur, it is a bit tougher, and therefore I shouldn't kill it in 5 minutes. When I've done a couple of test runs, I killed him in about 10. So we should be okay. I should be able to fit all the information I need to in 10 minutes, as long as I don't ramble. And after last episode, I think we needed a shorter one anyway, so it all works out in the end. Let's see. I'm killing this thing purely out of spite. I don't like them. They're so annoying. They move so quickly. I hate the small Ceanataurs. I also need them actually for armour as well. I'm making Ceanataur armour for a later episode. One that you guys won't be seeing for a long time, not till after I've moved. But still, better to be prepared. Saying that, drink a cold drink so I don't burn to death. Okay, let's see. The Hermiataur that I fought in episode 7, it had a shell in its bag, but you could only break it with blunt force trauma, basically a hammer. Or possibly a greatsword, I think that kind of counts, but more than likely just a hammer. Whereas this Shogun Ceanataur is a slightly more, I guess you could say, refined version. It's kind of more about attack, it's not as brute force, so you can break its shell with any weapon. I did test this, I broke it with my eager cleaver, which is good. So if you do want to break the shell, don't worry about what weapon you bring, just aim for the shell and you should be okay. Really there isn't much else to say about the shell, although he has like 3 different shells he'll wear. Like for the moment he's wearing a conch, sometimes he'll just wear a normal shell, and other times he'll wear a Gravios shell. And ow. If he wears the Gravios shell and you break it, there's a chance that in the rewards you'll get a Gravios skull shell, which I did in one of my tests. It was quite rewarding, I must admit. The most rewarding reward I've ever received. Anyway, let's see here. Shogun Ceanataur, big blue thing, really, not much else to say. He is quite strong, only when he's enraged. When he's not enraged, he shouldn't be doing too much damage to you. And the rolling through the leg sling does still work, just as you saw then, not all the time. So, you know, most cases roll through the legs. But like you saw a second ago, he has a spin attack. Where he will, I think it's always, he'll grab his left claw and he'll swing around. That would make him swing around clockwise, I believe. Yeah, then as well. Yeah, it's always his left claw and he'll always swing clockwise. And I am poisoned, aren't I? No, it's just my cat. I'm alright with that. So yeah, he'll always swing around to his right. So if you know that was close. So if you know that, then you should be okay. Uh-oh, he's enraged. Yeah, if you heard that sort of weapon drawing noise, that was his claws. That's where he does most of his damage, his claws. Because they are hideously sharp. You can break them, I think. But for those, I believe you have to do a lot of damage. And if you're using the eager cleaver like I am, you're more than likely going to kill him before you actually break his claws. So I would recommend bringing a weaker weapon if you're going to try and do that. Not too much, otherwise this will last forever. While he's down in a paintball, I remember. There we go. So yeah, I'm getting better at this, slowly but surely. So yeah, if you are going to break the claw, bring something that's slightly weaker. Or maybe just doesn't have the thunder element on it, just because you kill them so quickly. Uh-oh. Longsword is pretty good for him. I mean, just because he every now and then he will fall over and give you a great chance to just wail on him like there's no tomorrow. It's quite nice. Stop swinging. Run. So yeah, really, he's pretty easy to beat. Just watch out for the swipey turn thing. I don't like that move at all. Sometimes when he's enraged as well, he will hold his claws out and charge at you, which is quite irritating because there's almost no way around it. I mean, the claws, when he hangs them out like that, makes it such a wide range. There's almost no way you can turn. The only way to do it really is to try and do a flying jump. And ow! Oh, I really don't like this guy. Kind of annoying. Because he, unlike the Hermiataur, his dig attack is quicker between the intervals. I think it's like 1 second instead of the 3 that the Hermiataur gives you. Oh, close. You almost healed him there. So he's quicker than his cousin, and stronger, and has more health as well. So it's all that badness rolled into one. But you should be alright. Just make sure you avoid the more obvious attacks. It is very difficult, I must admit, to avoid his attacks when he is enraged. Just because, like I said, those claws give him so much extra length. You're almost never going to miss you, so... Don't get too worried if you do get hit a few times. It's bound to happen. He does that. I must admit, when you break the claws permanently as well, when you break one of them, he will become enraged for the rest of the fight. That is it, I believe. When you break one of them, he stays enraged until you kill him. That is it. No breaks. Yeah, that's another one as well, when he hugs you. He only does that when he's enraged, I believe. Yeah, he viciously hugs you. That nearly got me. Yeah, and that does quite a bit of damage as well, because he only does it when he is enraged. So. See, like, whoa. Whoa, okay, I knew it was going to happen eventually. But yeah, he can carry on for about 3 or 4 minutes. He does love doing that move. So, just because he's done like 4 or 5 doesn't mean he's going to stop. Right, hit my mic there a little bit. At least I know it's still working, that's important. Move. This is not going well. Yeah, like I see, sometimes he'll just spam it. He'll dig and dig and dig until there's so many holes in his mouth. I suppose it hasn't erupted yet. Right, well, he's changed area. That's something. That's a plus. It gives me a chance to eat a potion, I suppose, or my cat to heal me. I must admit, if you are going to have a cat with you, always give it true health flicks, no matter what you're doing. It's such a useful ability. I don't know if he's learned Hyperdrive yet. I'll have to go check that. He should have by now, but I guess we'll have to go see. But yeah, very, very handy to have a pacifist. They tend to keep out of trouble a lot more than your normal cat. Uh-oh. That was not clever. There are a couple of extra moves actually I have to talk to you about, because he doesn't seem to have done them. If you're in area 3 or area 5, or sometimes 4 I think, he will go onto the ceiling. It's a very rare thing. Hermitaur never does it, but he does. He goes onto the ceiling. The only time you really need to worry about that is A, when he's going to come down, because he'll drop on you, and it hurts a ton. It's like Hermitaur's jumping up and dropping on you. Except his is slightly more predictable. So it hurts so much. And secondly, is when he has his Gravios shell. Because when he has his Gravios shell, he can fire a water jet down directly beneath him, and he'll wave it around a bit as well. And that hurts a lot. That's the only water jet he actually has, but when he does do it, it hurts quite a bit. So if he is wearing his Gravios shell, I would recommend that you break it almost immediately, just to stop him from being able to do that. He's He's got my number right now. He's doing pretty well. You know, if the eye prey, sorry, do hit him enough with the poison, he eventually does become poisoned. It is quite nice. It saves you bringing a poison element. Yeah, you might see him go on the ceiling, but he probably won't now, just because he doesn't have his Gravios shell with him. So there's no real point for him to go on the ceiling, really. So yeah, like I said in the previous video, I am going to be moving soon. I'm not entirely sure how soon, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to be very soon. So, like I said last time, my next video after this one is going to be Tigrex. That's the one that a lot of people have trouble with. I know I did. I fought him for several weeks before I actually managed to get past him. He's really, really tough. Like, so difficult. That will be my next video. I've been working on something special for the opening of that video as well, so look forward to that. But yeah, that will be my last video before the move, I think, because after that I'm going to be busy packing and cleaning, organising, and just generally a lot of things that take a lot of time. So it's probably better if I just make next video my last one, and then I can focus on that, and my videos won't turn out to be worse than they already are, which would be good. And then I can reinstate when I am settled in America. That's where I'm moving. So that's the plan anyway. We shall see how well it goes. I will restart. I mean, I'm loving doing these videos. It is quite fun. It's quite entertaining. It's giving me a reason to play this game again as well, actually, because there we go. He's on the ceiling. There he is. Seeing him up there. Really weird. I don't know why he does that. Honestly, no idea. But yeah, that hurts when he does that a lot. So yeah, it's giving me a reason to play this game again, because I do love this game, but when you get far enough into it, you do reach a point where you just sort of go, well, that's enough of that. And I had kind of reached that point, but now I'm doing it again, and it's quite fun, and I'm loving it. So, you know, there you go. I can't do anything to you while you're up there. Please drop. Not really make him drop. Good way to make him drop is to stand directly underneath him. Normally that works. There we go. See, it knocked a couple of them over. Oi, that took a while. Like I said, this would take 10 minutes. We've now hit 10 minutes, but you know, we'll be fine. Shouldn't take too much longer. Oh, now you disappear. I hate those monsters. They're just so annoying. I mean, they're really almost worthless, but they always hit you at exactly the wrong time. Ow. Oh, I guess he does do that when he's not enraged. He does it more often when he is. Oh, maybe I just notice it more. Just because it hits me a lot more then. All over. Oh, that was good. Didn't know I had him trained. Break the shell. No. I think once is enough. Only one command at a time, I think. There we go. That's strange. He died. I wasn't expecting him to die like that. Never did break the shell, but like I said, if you are going to break the shell, bring a weaker sword. Or just one that doesn't have an elemental advantage. Because, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, it should be kind of obvious considering it's a crab, but it is weak to thunder. So, eat Cleaver all the way, that's for sure. I didn't really bring anything. All I did bring was my regular 5 mega potions, my 10 potions, 10 Whetstones, my Paintballs. Well done steaks. If you aren't bringing some well done steaks, or at least some rare steaks, bring some. Because your rations will more than likely not last you for every single fight. I mean, for example, I'm only 10 minutes in and I've already used my last one if this fight was still continuing. So, bring some extra food. Yeah, but really that's it. I bring a Psychoserum in case I ever lose them, but I'm sort of getting better at that now. Thankfully, after a couple of thousand tries, I'm getting better at it. But yeah, like I said, watch out for the spin attack, the water jet if he has Gravios shell, but make sure you break that nigh on immediately. That way you can get the reward and stop him from using that attack, because it does hurt, I can tell you that. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. Comment, PM, like even if you'd like, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it if you do subscribe. I love it when I get new subscribers. Very, very gratifying. So, but that is always entirely up to you. It's your choice. So yeah, I guess that's the end of this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Polar Bear 084. I'll see you again.